Yo, 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 what's up, guys? So I want to talk about Paladin. Again, I didn't go to the media tour, man, but you know, we're seeing all the stuff being released, and I definitely wanted to talk about Paladin. Paladin's super good. It looks really awesome. All the tanks got slight upgrades. Paladin saw a lot of good changes. So the biggest thing, man, is the Confiteor combo, right? That was probably the flashiest tank thing, and I'll explain to you guys how it works. So basically, you use Wreck. It grants 5 stacks. It increases magic damage dealt by 100%. Spells will require no cast time. Now, the 100% is an increase from 50%, which is what we have now. But they went out of their way to explain that the potencies from the magic abilities were changed to match like physical, and they went into this whole thing. If you want to check it out, it's on the live letter. I'm not really going to go over that, but basically, just we can ignore these potencies. None of these potencies matter. But basically, Wreck, you get 5 stacks. So 4 Holy Spirits, and then you're going to use Confiteor. Confiteor is still the same. The effect fades upon execution. Once you proc Confiteor, you're going to get your blade abilities. So it's Confiteor, 2, Confiteor 3, Confiteor 4. So Blade of Faith, and then Blade of Truth, and then Blade of Valor. How the Paladin rotation works right now currently, it's you hold one of your Atonement stacks, which I'll get into Atonement later. You hold one of your Atonement stacks, and then you try to get 4 Atonements in Fight or Flight, because Atonement is very powerful. And then you get 4 Atonements, 2 Goring Blades. But now Paladin's rotation is, I believe, going to remain almost the same, actually. So how it works is, after your Wreck combo, you normally follow it up with a Goring Blade. However, this Blade of Valor, it puts a dot on all the enemies and your target, and the dot cannot be stacked with Goring. So basically, the Wreck combo, after you do it, you follow it up with a Goring. So that Goring Blade is actually just being replaced by these 3 GCDs. So currently, what we have now is a Wreck into 3 Holy Spirits, and then Confiteor, and then you reapply Goring. But now, or well, an Endwalker, it's probably going to be 4 Holy Spirits now. It's probably going to be 4. Like I said, I don't want to go off potency. Currently, right now, just going off this potency, it's going to be 4. But, like I said, that's some stuff we're just going to have to talk about later. Just to keep it simple, we're going to do Holy Spirit 4 times, then we're going to do Confiteor, and then this is gonna light up your blade combo. Now this blade combo is just simply 3 GCDs, and these 3 GCDs just replace the Goring after Wreck. So then after you do this Blade of Valor, you're just going to go back into Royal Authority that's going to proc your Atonement. So basically, stacks of Sword Oath are now held for 30 seconds instead of like 12 or whatever the fuck it is now. So you're going to be able to hold this longer. So that'll lead to a little bit more min-maxing. This is assuming that we can do GCDs without expending stacks of Atonement. So what I mean by that is currently you go, you hold one of your Atonement stacks, so you can get 4 Atonements under Fight or Flight. However, they might change it to where you have to use all of your Atonement stacks right then and there. Like, so let's say instead of being able to hold an Atonement stack, let's say you use like a Fast Blade, it might actually take one of your Atonement stacks. I don't know. Again, I didn't go to the media tour. I'm just purely going off these tool tips. This is all speculation for me, but it's fun to talk about. So I could be completely fucking wrong, or I could be, right on the money. Who knows? But I'm sure we'll find out. And even if the media tour build was one way, it might be different when it actually comes out. That's to be determined. But anyway, Royal Authority still gives you stacks of Sword Oath, last 30 seconds, your Atonement. You can only use it while under Sword Oath. All this is the same. Paladin's rotation is basically going to remain the same from what these tooltips are. It's going to basically remain the same, except for, like I said, the Goring Blade after your Wreck window is just simply replaced by Blade of Faith, Blade of Truth, and Blade of Valor. So that's how they did that. Fight or Flight should still be the same. 60 seconds, 25% physical damage. Last 25 seconds still should be the same. Spirits Within, this is really good. They finally removed the HP penalty off the Spirits Within. Thank God. This is more of a quality of life. This should have been gone in Shadowbringers, but whatever. This should have been gone when Upheaval had its HP penalty removed. But anyway, so this is good. Now, I want to talk about some of the defensives here. Because like I said, I believe Paladin's rotation is gonna remain very similar. Obviously, there might be a couple changes here and there, but I think for the most part, it's gonna remain very similar. Hollow Ground, still Hollow Ground. Cover, still 50 gauge, so still kind of useless. Very niche. Cover's still very niche ability, unfortunately. Divine Veil, now it heals you. So this is really awesome. Also, speaking of this heal, now when you cast Holy Spirit or Holy Circle, it will now heal you as well. So I believe you can proc your own Veil here. This is a trait. Yeah, Divine Magic Mastery. As a healing effect to Holy Spirit and Holy Circle. So whenever so this adds some self-sustain for Paladin because they don't have like, you know, like Storm's Path, Soul Eater, Brutal Shell. They don't have like a healing ability on their basic 1, 2, 3. So this is really good. I believe you can proc your own Veil here. It kind of sucks that you still need to proc your own Veil. However, Holy Spirit will now heal you for 400 potency. So it's kind of like a Cure 1. So this is really, really fucking good. So Veil pretty much still does the same thing, 90 seconds. This will probably be able to proc easier. The fact you still need to proc it's kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. Clemency, still Clemency for the most part. Intervention saw a huge buff. So it still reduces damage taken by 10% and it's targetable. You can still buff it with 10% by Rampart or Sentinel or active. So you can buff this up to like, you know, 30% or well, it's like 27 point something, but anyway, 30%, whatever. But it also grants Knight's Resolve, which reduces damage taken by another 10% for 4 seconds. So basically when you first use this, for the first 4 seconds, the target reduces damage by 20%. And then after 4 seconds, it falls off to 10. And it also gives them a healing, grants Knight's Benediction, which is a gradual restores HP, cure potency at 250 over 12 seconds. So basically it reduces damage taken and it gives them a hot, which is fucking awesome. This is really super good. Super good, man. This is very powerful. And it's, you know, basically free. I mean, it still costs gauge, but you know, you pretty much just have Sheltron, which we'll get into that in a second because Sheltron is super fucking good now too. Well, even better. Pass is still super good. 15% damage behind you. 2 minutes, pretty much still the same. Holy Sheltron, it blocks incoming attacks. So we don't know in Endwalker how much a block is going to be. A block could only be 10%, a block could be 15%, or a block could be 20%. Who knows? We don't know. But anyway, Holy Sheltron, the Knight's Resolve, it reduces damage taken by 15% on top of blocking. And also it grants you a hot. Holy Sheltron is just you use on you, and Atonement you just use on another person. They're pretty much the same ability, except for one of them is on another person and one of them is on you, which is how it is now, except for both of them got buffed. So Intervention got buffed by an additional 10% damage and HP, a hot, and Holy Sheltron got buffed by 15% reduced damage for the first 4 seconds, including the block, and then after the first 4 seconds, you just block. But the fact that it lasts 8 seconds is crazy, man. It's so good. Yeah, and it also gives you a hot. So these are very strong. Very strong, man. I didn't go over this with Spirits Within, but just want to touch on it again real quick. Expiacion, or however you say that. This is basically just an upgraded Spirits Within. It's just AoE, so just more damage. Paladin still has 1 less personal than the other tanks, but its personals got buffed. Some of the traits here, you can see Sheltron Mastery, you get at 82. Enhanced Divine Veil. Divine Veil now heals you on top of still shielding. Paladin is looking really nice, man. It's looking really good. Overall, I think that the rotation is going to be pretty much the same, man. I think that it's actually going to be even a little better just because you have more range now. So instead of reapplying that Goring after your wreck, you still have 3 extra GCDs. I think it's going to be super sick, man. I'm really excited to play it. I'm really looking forward to it. Overall, not really any negatives. Like, everything's positive. It looks really fucking good. Very powerful tank. We'll see how it plays, man. But I have very high hopes. But anyway, man, this about wraps it up. So, yo, I'll see you guys later. Peace.